Hey YouTube, I just kind of wanted to make a little video. I guess I'm not really feeling that well today, and I just thought it might help to talk about it. Yesterday, I cleaned out my closet, and the good thing was I did it with a friend, so that really helped. I honestly don't think I could have done it by myself. Just because it's so hard. It's like you're peeling like a part of you away, and it's not that the actual process of organizing is hard. I actually love organizing. It kind of like soothes me, but for like this, I just couldn't get excited about it just because of all the fears, the fears of the self-doubt. You know, it's like I believe in myself that I can lose this weight, but the fear of regaining is so incredibly strong. And last night was really hard to fall asleep, and when I finally did, I actually had really bad dream that I gained all the way back, plus a whole lot more, because I dreamed that I was like 500 and something pounds, and that's just a really big fear for me, and that's been my fear all along in this process, because every other time I have lost weight, I've gained it back plus more, and I've never been able my whole life to be able to conquer, you know, my food addiction and my weight loss. And, you know, it's like, you understand that this is going to be a lifelong journey of losing weight. And, you know, you're going to have to work at it every day of your life. But it's just like, you understand that, but when you think about it, like in reality, it's really hard to kind of deal with, because I personally wish that I could just see food as a fuel and not as love or acceptance or anything like that. And granted, since I've been going to therapy and since I've had the surgery, it has gotten better. I can't say that it hasn't, because it has, but there's still a food addiction. I still think about food. I still want to turn to food when I'm sad or when I'm upset, and it's hard because I don't want to have to feel that way. Like, I wish I could just be okay with feeling the feelings I'm feeling and to move on with it. But it's just hard. And I know for me, so much has happened in my life that it's hard to be okay with things that have happened and forgive myself, because, you know, even though I've had a hard past, I get mad at myself that I allowed myself all these years for my past to allow me to, like, live my life like this, you know? And the fact that I've allowed, like, the hurt and my family to kind of all those events and all those people to kind of, I guess, I don't know how to explain it, kind of like decide my future for me, like let what happened to me, you know, turn to food and kind of not live. I really haven't lived these years. I mean, I have, but I really haven't, because I've held myself back with my weight and everything like that. And then, of course, you know, you get mad at yourself that you've allowed yourself to do that, and you've missed out on so much in life. and you want it to be different, and you want it to, you just want it to be different, but it's so hard. The fear of failure is so strong. It really is. And I think being okay with yourself and forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to turn to food and stuff is really hard, because I always think about what could have been or how things should have been, and the things that I've wanted in my life, like to be married and have kids and all that. Like, I have held myself back from that, and it sucks because that's all I've ever wanted in my life. And so you get mad at yourself that you've allowed yourself to do that, and then you get depressed, and then you want to turn to food, and it's like this vicious cycle, and it really sucks. So it's kind of like all those fears and all those doubts and all those concerns kind of go with the cleaning out of the closet, because you're taking away that barrier. Like, with being overweight, I had kind of that padding where even though I wanted to let people in, I was so scared to, because all my life I've just been hurt. And so it's hard to be vulnerable to people and to let them in because you're so scared. And like, your fatness in a way was that barrier. And so taking away these clothes is kind of like you're also taking away that barrier. And even though that's what I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, it's like you're peeling away those layers of skin and those emotions and those doubts and those fears. And even though I know in the long run it's good, it's definitely hard. And I wanted to be able to take my clothes back to my support group, because people at my support group have been so amazing and have helped me out with lots of clothes, and I'm so appreciative and so thankful. But at the same time, I couldn't keep them here because I was so afraid that I was going to open the bags and get clothes out and find some excuse. Oh, well, it's big, but it's not that big. It's okay. And so I just couldn't trust myself. And so anyway, I went and I dropped them off at like a Goodwill, like drop-off box, like at 11 o'clock at night, because I just knew I couldn't sleep. If they were here, it's kind of like they were taunting me, like, okay, you're peeling off this skin, but yet the skin is still here, and we're going to be here so you can keep thinking about the things. And of course, now that the clothes aren't here, I'm still thinking about those things. But at least they're not here for me to, find an excuse. Because I'm like, what if I gain the weight back? I don't want to have to waste all that money and buy new clothes. If I already have them, I'll be prepared, And I would hope that if I started to gain weight, like 10 or 15 pounds, that I would, cut it off and, get back on track. But it's the self-doubt. I'm just like, I don't know, because you do hear of people gaining weight back. And I know my weight has been such a struggle for me my entire life that I am scared I'm going to be one of those people, because if they can do it, I know I can do it. And I don't want that to be me. I'm actually taking care of myself for once, and I'm actually making myself number one in my life and making myself important. And I don't want to go back to not being important in my life. And I don't know, it's really hard. the good thing is I try to look at is there are definitely more good days than bad days, and I know lately I've kind of been in a little bit of funk, and I feel like besides the clothes part, I'm actually kind of getting out of the funk some because my concussion is a lot better. It's still there, but it's a lot better. And so I'm actually being able to get out and do more, and I'm not kind of like closed in my house, like in total pain where I can't do anything. So, of course, when you get out and stuff, it kind of like lifts your spirits and stuff. So, besides the clothes thing, I do feel like I'm getting out of my funk, but you know, I try to remember that so many people out there have it so much worse than me, and I think that definitely helps me kind of be more okay with things because, yeah, it sucks, but I could be way worse off, and like I said, there are definitely more good days than bad days, and I definitely try to remember that because there's not always going to be this like rain cloud of fear over me. The thing I've said before is like therapy is, you know, it's really helping, but at the same time it's hard because you get all these emotions and you have to deal with them and you don't have the food to cover up those emotions. It's like before you felt sadness and all those things, but you never really, or at least I never really felt them because I used food to cover it up. And so I'm actually really feeling feelings now, and it really, really sucks. It really does. I mean, of course, like, the happiness one is good, but the sadness and the longing and all that, it's hard. And I know eventually it's going to get easier, but I don't know. For now, it's just hard, so I don't know. And I'm hoping the next time I clean out my closet, like, it'll be easier, and I hope that I can, like, as I go down, like, a couple sizes, kind of keep up with it instead of letting it be, like, you know, such a production of getting rid of so many, like, sizes. Like, maybe every, like, 2 sizes or something, I can go through there and kind of, where it's, like, an easier process, you know. So I don't know. I hope that it gets easier, but I don't know if it will. So, if anybody has any ideas of how to make kind of that process easier of being okay with letting go of those things, because they are holding me back in a way because of the fear. And so I know it's going to help me. I just got to remember that today may be hard, but in the long run, this is going to help me succeed. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.